Good morning, joggers. Let's have a discussion about bit rates. So, we talk about bit rates. Specifically, what I mean is the issue I had once I got back home and I wanted to edit and put together the video in the video software. So for whatever reason it managed to when I was browsing it tried to browse it in the software, then it didn't show up. I couldn't open them. So but in my OS there were no issues, so I knew that the files as such were not corrupt or anything. At least I could see and I could hear the data that was supposedly in those generated MP4 files. However, I could not preview and I could not open them in the video software. So apparently this is an issue because just looking at the internets for this kind of issue, and you get tons of utilities, you get tons of guides on how to solve this problem, because most likely there's also a ton of variable differences in what's actually causing it. So it was basically a nightmare to just go through and look at this information overload. Oh, they're looking. It looks like this is a big stage, by the way. You can sit here. It's like an amphitheater. And it seems like they are actually restoring this one because it was really beaten down. Can I get some better focus on that area? Yeah, like that. Now the lighting is working. So it looks like they are restoring that one back to hopefully some original glory. That would be interesting, since it's could actually have some place there. I don't think it's been used like that for some time. Anyway, back to the topic. There were a lot of different guides, a lot of different utilities, but it in the end boiled down to is that you couldn't open the file in the video software. It wasn't supported. And after reviewing a lot of these guides and trying out different things, nothing really seemed to work. I downloaded a software called Handbrake, which I've used in the past to kind of combat some of these issues. I just need to be careful here. It's the stairs going down, so don't want to fall. Handbrake, and the Handbrake software is basically a utility to view files and then compress or re-encode the files into other formats. So using that one, I tried different settings and so on. Then I had a friend online who said to me that, okay, but I've also run into a bunch of different issues over the years. I may have some experience for you. So he asked me to share my some screenshots of my information on the files. So sent those to him, and one thing he pointed out almost straight away was about bit rates. More specifically about variable bit rate. And that what he believed was that most of these softwares for editing videos, they don't really like variable bit rates. And as such, I didn't think much about it. And this is actually a camera on a phone, right? So I wasn't even too sure if I could fix that in the end, but I opened up the handbrake software and I re-encoded the video into a constant bitrate format instead, and voila, suddenly the issue was solved, and the program could open the files without any issue. So far so good, but of course that also meant that in the future I would also have to do this process over and over again every time I recorded something on a camera phone, which, let's face it, I really don't know if I would be able to fix or not, but at least I know what the issue is and how I can fix the issue. Now then, in the hopes to actually not have this issue in the future, I should also say that on my mobile phone I'm using a software called Open Camera to record, and I don't know how many models or how many mobile phones it actually works on and so on, but I've been using that one for some time. I think it's great because it's showing you and giving you possibilities in terms of settings and so on a lot. So I have some hopes that I may be able to set something up or change some setting that would allow me to then record in a constant bitrate, kind of mitigating then the issue to re-encode every time I would have some files to put out into my software. So true enough, there's a setting for that one called bitrate for video, and it was set to default, and apparently default then means, well, let's put it on variable bitrate. But or it doesn't say something like that, but that was the end result of having it in that setting, that the default goes down and the phone itself has that setting for video. But I could actually set it to a fixed bitrate, which I'm trying out right now. And since I'm recording in 4K, I basically had no idea on what kind of setting I should have it on in order to allow the video file to not be, fragmented by putting too low bitrate. So I looked it up on the nets, and it seems like if you have it on a setting around 40-ish to 50-ish megabytes per second, then it should not be an issue in terms of recording in 4K. So luckily there was a setting for that. Actually, you could set it all the way up to 200 megabits per second, which I think was overkill. There's probably not enough data in the image to actually have it to that, but let's see. So hopefully once I get back home and in the evening when I start to edit this video, this should have kind of fixed the issue by itself, saving me a lot of time, because I think I spent around 2.5 hours just trying to find out and to fix the issue on my own. And of course, while I have a decent computer, it still took a while to re-encode the files, so which basically is time that I cannot use for something. So hopefully this will solve the issue, and I'll let you know in the evening if it was a success or not. I've been walking quite a lot, kind of where I'm not normally walking, so nice. I'll probably walk here again next time.